भारतीय रिजर्व बैंक ने त्योहार से पहले लोगों को बड़ा तोहफा दिया है। आरबीआई ने अपनी मौद्रिक नीति की घोषणा करते हुए जानकारी दी है कि भारतीय रिजर्व बैंक ने अपनी अगस्त की मौद्रिक नीति में रेपो रेट को 6.5% पर अपरिवर्तित रखा है। यानी रेपो रेट में लगातार चौथी बार कोई बदलाव नहीं किया गया है। इसी के साथ आरबीआई के गवर्नर शक्तिकांत दास ने मौद्रिक नीति समिति की 3 दिवसीय बैठक के बाद इसका ऐलान किया है। उन्होंने कहा कि यह फैसला सर्वसम्मति से लिया गया है। शक्तिकांत दास ने शुक्रवार को प्रेस में कहा कि एमपीसी ने मुख्य नीतियों दर रेपो रेट को 6.5% पर अपरिवर्तित रखने का फैसला लिया है। आरबीआई की मौद्रिक नीति समीक्षा बैठक 4 अक्टूबर से शुरू हुई थी, जो आज खत्म हो गई है। इस बैठक में रेपो रेट, महंगाई, जीडीपी ग्रोथ और दूसरे आर्थिक मुद्दों पर चर्चा हुई है। बैठक पूरी होने पर आरबीआई गवर्नर शक्तिकांत दास ने आरबीआई एमपीसी के फैसलों के बारे में बताया।
Let me now turn to the decisions and deliberations of the Monetary Policy Committee, that is the MPC. The MPC met on 4th, 5th and 6th October 2023. After a detailed assessment of the evolving macroeconomic and financial developments and the outlook, it decided unanimously to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. Consequently, the standing deposit facility, that is SDF rate, and the bank rate remain at consequently, the standing deposit facility rate remains at 6.25%, and the marginal standing facility, that is MSF rate, and bank rate at 6.7%. The MPC also decided by a majority of 5 out of 6 members to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation to ensure that inflation progressively aligns to the target while supporting growth. Now, you may say that this is a status quo policy. Yes, to the extent that the rate and the stance remained unchanged, it is a status quo policy. But there are many aspects of the statement and our policy which I am going to now spell out, which will reflect, which will reveal and give an idea about our approach, not only to monetary policy, but also to various aspects of monetary policy as we move forward during this, amidst this global challenges and headwinds. I shall now briefly set out the MPC's rationale for these decisions on the policy rate and the stance. Headline inflation has surged in July, driven by tomato and other vegetable prices. It corrected partly in August and is expected to see further easing in September on the back of moderation of these prices. A silver lining amidst all these is declining core inflation, that is CPI inflation excluding food and fuel. The overall inflation outlook, however, is clouded by uncertainties from the fall in Kharif sowing for certain key crops like pulses and oilseeds, lower reservoir levels, and volatile global food and energy prices. The MPC observed that the recurring incidence of large and overlapping food price shocks can impart generalization and persistence to headline inflation. Economic activity, on the other hand, has remained resilient. Taking into account the evolving inflation growth dynamics and the cumulative policy repo rate hike of 250 basis points, which is still working through the economy, the MPC decided to keep the policy repo rate unchanged at 6.5% in this meeting of the MPC. The transmission of the 250 basis points increase in the policy repo rate to bank lending and deposit rates is still incomplete, and hence the MPC decided to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation. The MPC remains highly alert and prepared to undertake timely policy measures as may be necessary in order to align inflation to the target and anchor inflation expectations. I would now like to provide an assessment of the growth and inflation scenario. To begin with, global growth.